The lovers of God know that the crescent moon need time to be full, so don't enter the neighbor of disparity. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Imam Hussein Farhan. Today I'm gonna talk about these birds that were trying to meet their king, God the Simurgh. They heard he was beautiful and more powerful than them, ruler of all the birds. So all of them gathered to go through some difficult valleys, and they had a guide to guide them. And there were few valleys they had to go through to meet 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 their beloved one. Okay, so in the first valley, two people were walking, and one guy said, "How long will it take to get to the other side or something?" And what his friend was wise, so the birds were listening, so he looked at the birds and pointed that if if the birds take 1 gram of out of a mountain every 1,000 years, how long will it take to uh, get rid of all the mountain get rid of the mountain? So his friend said a very long time. So this valley teaches them to be patient. Okay, in the second valley.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Ragib Yasser, um, and I'm going to talk about what you need to do in order to find God. So first you need to understand yourself before you understand who God is. So if you want to find God, you have to get rid of your desires, like your ego, your anger issues, or whatever you have, your overconfidence, in order to find God. If you have any ego or desires, then you'll never truly understand who God is, and you'll never truly find yourself or God.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Hassan Dawood. So from this story you heard that all the birds, they wanted to see Simurgh, their king, and they heard of him that he was a very beautiful king, and he was the owner of majesty and tremendous power and beauty. So to be able to get to Simurgh, the birds had to go through 7 valleys, and all of them had tests they had to go through. The first valley, they were, as Farhan mentioned, there were 2 guys going in the desert, and one of the friends, he said, "How long we have to wait to get across the desert?" His wise companion said, "We see those birds flying above. If there was a mountain full of grain, and these birds, it took them 1,000 years to take 1 grain of the mountain and move away, how long would you think that would take?" His companion said, "That would take indeed a very long time." The wise friend said, "This is how much you're supposed to willing to be waiting to see the Simurgh, in our case, to see Allah and to find Him." So one thing that you need to understand when you take on the spiritual journey in the path of God, you need to be patient, and no matter what happens, never enter the neighborhood of disparity. Because as Farhan said, the lovers of God know that for the crescent moon to become full, it takes time. So, and then as Sohan, he mentioned that to be able to fully understand God, you need to understand yourself. And only when you find yourself, you will truly find God. And by only finding God, you will truly know yourself. So, and from the Quran, we know one of the ayahs where Allah says, "Those who forgot Allah, Allah made them forget themselves." So these guys, they don't know who they are. Sometimes they say, "We came from animals," and they act like animals, and they can't find who their identity is. So to be able to remove all the veils that you have and between you and Allah, you need to find out what problems you have inside your heart. All the lust. If you have lust in your heart, if you have ego, if you have anger, if you have envy, jealousy toward others, with all these diseases in your heart, you cannot say you're close to Allah. It just doesn't happen like that. So you need to remove all of that you truly find the Simurgh. In the case of the birds, in our case, meaning you can truly find Allah.